Well, I think that China has a very good record on poverty reduction. The best record of any country in the world, taking 700 million people out of poverty.
The problem is there are still many people who are very poor.
And my hope is that the people in poverty will benefit from the new economic reforms that have been instituted.
Well, I think that China has a very good record on poverty reduction. The best record of any country in the world, taking 700 million people out of poverty. So I think if the Chinese government says it's going to make further serious inroads into the number of poor people, I think they will, because their record shows they are both determined and they know how to do it.
China has to be given credit for taking people out of poverty. That is a major contribution of Chinese reform since 1978. So compared with other places, I think China has done tremendously well in bringing people out of poverty. And still, there are 80 million people in poverty. As the economy grows, as we have seen from 1978 to now, the poverty-stricken people also come out of poverty. And my hope is that people in poverty will benefit from the new economic reforms that are being instituted, and they will continue to come out. I think China has done well in the past, and if we take that as a model, I think they will continue to do well in the future as well.
As everybody knows, over the course of the reforms, China has made major achievements in bringing hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. So first of all, we have to say that is a major accomplishment. But as the problem is, there are still many people who are very poor. So what to do about them? But I think it is important, the government must continue to play an important role in finding ways to alleviate poverty. Every country in the world has poor people. It appears to be unavoidable. But I think China, the leadership is doing, and on the one hand, the party and the state will take policies to try to address that problem. The other is to try to create conditions for people themselves to get out of poverty. So in my view, one of the reasons that China has brought so many people out of poverty over the last 30-some years is that the government got out of the way and let people become entrepreneurial and get rich by themselves, as opposed to waiting for the government to run everything.
I remember when I was, for example, in Beijing in 2000, or in the countryside, it was so poor, so difficult for the people. And now I can see the progress in China. So it is wonderful. Wonderful for your country because you have a large population and all your government and all the Chinese people work very good and very hard. Of course, you have many things to do, as we do have in Europe, but it is a great deal and a great challenge. And you are right, we have in China things to do more about the differences between very poor people and rich people, and also some areas to develop, because China could not do the same things in the same times. We needed to work step by step in China, as we did before in Europe and in my country. So now I think you have a real great government and a great leader with new ideas in the way they are with philosophy for the wellness of people, but also with pragmatism. And now you are building the new China with him, a China who will be with more happiness and who will be with more balances between poor and rich people.